Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here really quick. It is Sunday and we went to church today, and let me just say we had an amazing service. Like, I was so thrilled to go. Since I've been working, I hadn't been able to go for a while, but it was amazing, and what the pastor preached on was definitely what I needed to hear, and it was just awesome and amazing. So anyways, I wanted to come on here and share something with you all. He read in Psalms, I think it was 139, and what he read totally hit home to me. So I wanted to come on here and share this Bible, this chapter with you all. Okay, so I mean, it is so amazing how God works. Like, it's just amazing. We had choir practice today, and we were practicing and singing, and you could feel the presence of God. It was just so strong, and I just feel very refreshed today because there's been some things in my mind that's been really bothering me, but the Lord's really touched my heart today, and I'm thankful for that. But anyway, so it's in Psalms 139, and it says, "O Lord, you have examined my heart, and I know know everything about me. You know when I sit down or stand up. You know my thoughts, even when I'm far away. You see me when I travel and when I rest at home. You know everything I do. You know what I'm going to say, even before I say it, Lord. You go before me and follow me. You place your hand of blessings on my head. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too great for me to understand. I can never escape from your spirit. I can never get away from your presence. If I go up to heaven, you are there. If I go down to the grave, you are there. If I ride the wings of the morning, if I dwell by the Father's oceans, even there your hand will guide me, and your strength will support me. I could ask the darkness to hide me, and the light around me to become night. But even in darkness I cannot hide from you. To you the night shines as bright as day. Darkness and light are the same to you. You made all the delicate inner parts of my body, and knit me together in my mother's womb. Thank you for making me so wonderful, complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it. You watched me as I was being formed in utter seclusion. I was woven together in the dark of the womb. You saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book. Every moment was laid out before a single day had passed. How precious are your thoughts about me, O God. They cannot be numbered. I can't even count them. They outnumber the grains of sand. And when I wake up, you are still with me. O God, if only you would destroy the wicked. Get out of my life, you murderers. They blaspheme you. Your enemies misuse your name. O Lord, shouldn't I hate those who hate you? Shouldn't I despise those who oppose you? Yes, I hate them with total hatred, for your enemies are my enemies. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. Point out anything in me that offends you, and lead me along the path of everlasting life." So whenever the pastor was reading this and was speaking of this, he started off the service about this chapter here, and this was so everything that I needed to hear, because there's a lot of evildoers out in the world that like to criticize others and bring others down, and just try to put their name out there to be nothing, whether it's hearsay or just things that they've heard. But at the end of the day, we shouldn't even worry about what people says about us. It does hurt, but I've learned through some of this mess that's been happening that the Lord knew all of this mess that was ever going to occur in my life, and so it's best for us to always trust in God and to know that He's there. He's there even in the times, you know, that we don't feel Him the most. And even when the times that we do feel Him, you know, He's always there. You know, God knew us whenever before we even formed in our mother's womb, you know. So He knows everything about us. He knows exactly who we are. And, you know, others can say what they may, but hey, the Lord at the end of the day for me is more important, because, you know, on final judgment, whenever I have to stand before God, He's the one that I have to answer to. I don't have to answer to anybody else but God. You know, God is a merciful, gracious, most loving, caring God. And, you know, people that's out here in this world that's trying to bring others down, it's not right. And it's not of God. And, you know, they can say what they want to and do what they want, but if they open up the book here, they'll come and realize that it's not about that. You know, being a good person is uplifting others and sharing the light and, you know, doing the best they can, not evil deceitfulness and, you know, just all this garbage. But I'm thankful that the Lord revealed Himself to me today, and I felt His presence strong today. And, you know, He's just awesome. You know, there's things in life that could try to bring you down, and sometimes in life we allow the enemy to come in and steal our joy. But if we seek Him and pray, and if we, you know, it says if you knock, the door will be opened. We have to be, you know, a willing vessel to study the Word and, you know, to go forth, because this Word right here is a roadmap. And it has whatever problem that you're going through, it's here. And whenever He opened up this chapter here and started reading it, I mean, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, I have read this chapter before, but I so needed to hear this again. I mean, it's just awesome. I'm thankful that, you know, God knows me, and just as well as He knows you. And He's just an awesome, powerful, merciful Savior. There's another little thing that during the choir, before the pastor preached, there's this song, and it's called I'm Redeemed. And I'm like, this is just so wonderful. You know, we've sang this song before and everything, but it just hit me like a square of bricks, right in my stomach, right in my heart. And I was singing in the choir, and I could feel the Lord minister to my spirit and my soul. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the presence that He shows us and shines His light on us, because in this dark world, you know, we need Him every hour, every minute and every second. But like, I was so happy this morning when I got up. I was so excited about going to church, where I haven't been in a while. I love it. And then last night I had this dream about my mom, and I think in the dream I could see other people, and it just felt like home, and it felt like my family was there, you know. And so in the dream I could just see the church that we used to go to, the one I grew up, and then I could see my mom there. My mom was right beside me the whole time. We didn't talk, we didn't do nothing. Maybe if we did, I don't remember it, but I could see her there, and I could see the church people there, and I could see that little old country church. It was a white little old country church, and come to find out they reopened that, and I'm gonna go there and visit sometime. But I woke up this morning, and it just, you know, I thought about it, and it really peaced in my heart, because, you know, I do believe that the Lord gives us dreams and stuff to help us along the way and comfort us, and, you know, all this stuff. But it just felt like home, and it felt like my family was around me. And family necessarily could be church family, like we are one, you know, it could be just everybody. But anyways, this song, it says, I didn't write the whole thing down, but it says, I am redeemed, bought with a price. Jesus has changed my whole life. Right here, if anybody asks you just who I am, just tell them I am redeemed. And this part right here I love. It says, I'll tell of his favor, I'll tell of his love, I'll tell of his goodness to me. He purchased my redemption with his own precious blood, and from sin became set free. So, I mean, God just spoke to my heart and my spirit today. He clarified some things to me. The enemy was trying to, get me down. There were things that come about that were trying to get me down. But yet again, the devil failed his job, because God spoke to my heart and my soul. And, we've got the power in the name of Jesus. That song, we've got the power in the name of Jesus. We've got the power. All we've got to do is speak and proclaim, and have faith that he's going to move in whatever situation may be upon your life, whether it's whatever. But if we don't have faith, faith is the key. If we don't have faith, and if any by chance we have doubt in our mind, if we keep wallowing self-pity or whatever, we're not giving God the opportunity to step forth and move. He wants to see someone that, has praise and has faith and has courage. And I don't know, I'm really thankful for, the favor that I have with God. We all have favors, whenever he created us, he knew that we were a chosen one. And if you're called of God, and you know that you're called of God, then Satan himself will try to get others to try to bring you down and to get you discouraged and speak doubt in your head and speak fear into your head and speak all kinds of negativity, when at the end of the day, none of those lies are true. But I've said it time and time again, we're just passing through this life, trying to make it to the other side. There's people has things in their life that's happened, and I've always said, without a test, you don't have a testimony. And there's things in my life that I've shared with testimony type videos of whenever I was growing up, or whenever I lost my mom, or just different things. Those things to me are my testimonies. Those things to me, I made it through it. And when I'm going through a storm, I can look back and say, hey, God brought me through this, and he's going to bring me through that. Now, of course, there's some things in my life that I don't talk about. Like, close people know about things that's happened in my past as a child. I had a good mom and dad, but things happened, and my daddy was an alcoholic and stuff. I've got on to details on that mess, but during those times when my mama took me and my brother to church and she pressed on through that, I seen so much of the Lord moving and stuff. And there were times in my life as a child that I experienced so much. I mean, so much stuff that was just a child shouldn't have to see. But God God was with me. And during those times, now I can look back and say, all of the things that God brought me through, and all of those things that made me stronger. Those things could have destroyed me. Those things could have, brought me down to the bottom, and I could have, had to be medicated on medication, and which, don't get me wrong, some people need that stuff. But for whatever reason, the good Lord had mercy upon me, and He healed my mind. He healed my soul. And the scars that have me now, I'm scarred. It's just, it's something that I overcome. Those scars are just there, And I'm just thankful for, God's amazing grace. And I'm thankful how He just shows up and shows out, and He really speaks to us. I'm the type of person in life, I can sit back and listen to mess, and I try not to let it bother me. But I'm only human, and the more junk goes on in life, the thing, like stuff that has went on, and I'm not referring to me and Johnny. I'm just talking to some mess that was going on that I mentioned before on here. You know, people start reading stuff and stuff that's untrue and all this mess. You know, it can be bothersome. But the Lord spoke to my heart whenever Pastor Jeff was preaching on this. The enemies that we have in life, they're not for us to try to, you know, make them stop or speak to them and tell them that, you know, here's the truth. You know, that's not for us. It says if we let God have our battle, He's going to fight it for us. And that's what God's telling me. Give everything to me and I'll handle it. And I'm just so thankful that today that the Lord come into my life, into my soul, into my spirit, you know, and just intervene for me and just showed me and just ministered to my spirit. You know, I'm so thankful for that, because today at church I had it was just like a refreshment. You know how like when you're really thirsty and you need something to drink, and then all of a sudden when you get something to drink, you're like, yes. You know, God really showed out today. You know, God is always on time. And you know, this road in life and this road of trying to be a Christian and trying to live right, it's not easy. It's not easy for none of us. But people in the Bible, you know, it wasn't easy for them either. And I've always said, as long as I have breath, I'm going to testify about everything that He's done to me, everything that God has set me free from, everything that He has, you know, healed me from. Because if it wasn't for God, you know, I wouldn't be here. You know, I've had issues with my heart. I've had all kinds of issues, but God spared me. And I'm thankful for that. I don't know, I'm just really thankful today. And you know, we all just need to shine the light of love and not darkness, you know, because there's so many people out there hurting, and you know, that needs God's love. A lot of people are so focused on destroying others, it's unbelievable. And if they would put themselves in the mirror and see the reflection, nobody's perfect. And if they would truly open their heart and soul, they can look in that mirror and say, hey, there's something here that I could be working on. I could be letting this person here rest and not be running their mouth and talking about them or whatever it might be, and focusing on myself. What ways can I do better to help myself, or to help myself get closer to the Lord? Or, you know, what's other ways can I do other than to tear people down and criticize them and all this stuff? And I just, you know, things in this world isn't for us to understand. You know, I've had so many ups and downs in my life. I've had ended roads, dead-ended roads. I've had twists, I've had turns, I've had hills, I've had valleys. I've had all kinds of stuff, and I know that there's a lot of you out there that's had the same thing. But we all just need to hang in the gap for each other and lift everybody up, and know that whatever we're faced with in life, that God is bigger and He's greater and He's mightier than anything that we could possibly ever even imagine. And for me, I just want to get myself to where I don't worry about, you know, what others think about me and what others say about me, or, you know, this or that or whatever. We need to focus on what God thinks of us. We need to focus on what we know we are. We need to focus on that, because at the end of the day, we live, you know, when others aren't around, we live and we know who we are as a person. They don't. You know, they can assume this and they can assume that. But, you know, like I've said before, on Judgment Day, we have to take accountable for ourselves. We don't take accountable on somebody that you're judging over here, because when you stand before God, you're going to be judged also for judging the other person, because that's one of the 10 commandments, thou shalt not judge. And bickering and complaining and saying stuff that you don't even know if it's true or not, that's judging, and it's not right. I mean, I've never seen in my life how people want to do things like that, but the older I get, the more my eyes are opened, and it's just unbelievable. But I know that I do believe that, you know, we're living in the last days, and it said perilous times will happen, and, you know, people will be hating on each other and all that kind of mess. And I believe that's what we're in now, because it's just ridiculous. It really is. Like I've said before, by no means am I perfect. You know, I try to do the best I can. I try to live right, and I try to, you know, help others. But, you know, no one on this earth is 100% perfect. I don't care who you are. So, guys, just, you know, your tongue can do so much damage that it's unbelievable. You can say things to people that can cut somebody, like, literally into pieces, like literally. So always think twice about what you say, because you never know, somebody could really take that to heart, and your tongue can destroy others, like literally. And, you know, I don't know, I'm just thankful that God shined his light to me this morning, and all of this junk that, you know, social media bullying and stuff, it don't matter no more to me. Like, it was bothering me really bad at first, but today I believe the Lord shined his light upon me and gave me direction on this site and this mess, and I'm laying it at the feet of Jesus. I'm letting him have his way. I'm letting him work it out, and he's going to take care of it. So at the end of this video right here, I love this part. If anybody asks you just who I am, just tell them I am redeemed. I'm a blood-bought, born-again child of God. He loves me. He cares for me. He carries me daily. He protects me. He guides me. He loves me. He upholds me. He strengthens me. He gives me peace. He gives me strength. He heals me, and he sets me free. He delivers me daily, and I'm thankful for the Father up in heaven that I have. I'm thankful that he's given me the ability to speak out about Christ and the things that he's done for me and the things that he's done in the past. I'm thankful that he's gave me boldness to be able to speak about the Lord and stuff, because, you know, no matter what we do and no matter what we've been faced with in life, God is all the way around us. He's everywhere, and he's waiting on you, and he's waiting on me to surrender and let him have his way in our life. And I'm so thankful that the Lord has me. I'm thankful that he loves me, and I'm so thankful that he guides me. And there's times in my life where my soul wasn't at peace, but yet I could still feel his presence. Even at the turmoil time in my life, I could still feel God's peace. And that's a weird feeling. It's like you're overwhelmed, but back here you can feel God's presence. And I'm thankful for that. And I love the Lord with all my heart and all of my soul. And just keep me in your prayers. Keep me and my family in your prayers. I pray that we prosper, and, you know, we both have a calling upon our lives. I believe my children do have a calling upon their lives as well. And God's going to use us, and he's going to use my children. And I'm just thankful for that. And I love you guys. And I just wanted to share that with you all. So anyways, I hope y'all have a great day, a good Sunday. I'm gonna drink my coffee here. And then I'm going to get ready to go back to church. So I love you guys. God is faithful, and God is bigger, and God is greater than any problem or storm that's in your life. Love you guys.